Hey mama, real talk. You just had a baby, you're learning how to breastfeed, and bam, suddenly you're thinking about birth control again? Wait, how soon do I need it? Will it mess with my milk? What's even safe while breastfeeding? If you're asking those questions, you're already ahead of the game. And today we're breaking it all down in a simple, clear, no-shame way. So if you've ever Googled breastfeeding and birth control at 2 a.m. with one hand while holding a baby in the other, hit that like button and subscribe right now. You're in the right place. Okay, let's start with the big one. Can you get pregnant while breastfeeding? Yes, you absolutely can. Breastfeeding can delay the return of your period, but it's not a guarantee. Unless you're following very specific guidelines, like exclusive, around-the-clock breastfeeding within the first 6 months and no return of your period, it's not reliable birth control. That method is called the lactational amenorrhea method, LAM. And while it works for some, it's not foolproof. So if you're not ready for baby number 2 just yet, let's talk about what's safe and what's not when it comes to contraception while breastfeeding. Hormonal options. First up, hormonal birth control. Now I know what you're thinking. Will hormones mess with my milk supply? It depends on the type. Combined hormonal contraceptives, that's the pill, patch, or ring with both estrogen and progestin. These can impact your milk supply, especially early on when your supply is still regulating. Most healthcare providers recommend waiting until at least 6 weeks postpartum before considering these. Progestin-only options like the mini pill, shot, or hormonal IUD, these are usually considered safe for breastfeeding, and they're less likely to affect milk production. In fact, a lot of lactating moms go with the mini pill or hormonal IUD, like Mirena or Kyleena, because they're low maintenance and milk-friendly. Non-hormonal options. Want to skip hormones altogether? You've got options too. Copper IUD like Paragard, hormone-free and super effective, over 99%. Doesn't affect your milk at all. Barrier methods. Think condoms, diaphragms, cervical caps. Totally safe while breastfeeding. Natural family planning. If you're super regular with your cycles and willing to track, chart, and stay consistent, this might work, but it's one of the least reliable methods postpartum. Real talk though, your cycle might be unpredictable after giving birth, which makes natural tracking a bit tricky. But what about the timing? When should you start birth control again after having your baby? Here's a general guideline. If you're not breastfeeding, you can usually start birth control as early as 3 weeks postpartum. If you are breastfeeding, most providers recommend waiting 6 weeks before starting anything with estrogen. But as always, talk to your doctor or midwife. Everyone's body is different. Your provider can help you weigh your options based on your birth experience, health history, and personal preferences. Let me pause and say this. There is no one-size-fits-all when it comes to birth control, especially after a baby. Some people feel great on hormones. Some don't. Some want something long-term. Others prefer something short and flexible. And all of those choices are valid. What matters is that you're informed and choosing what works best for you and your baby. So let's recap real quick. You can get pregnant while breastfeeding. Estrogen-based birth control might lower supply, especially early on. Progestin-only methods are usually breastfeeding-friendly. Non-hormonal options like copper IUDs or condoms are totally safe. Talk to your provider about what fits your goals and lifestyle. And now, my favorite part, let's talk confidence. You just grew and birthed a human. You're feeding them with your body. You are amazing. You deserve to feel in control of your health and your future. So whether you're ready to talk about long-term contraception or just want to avoid surprises for now, you've got options. And we've got your back. If this helped, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more honest, helpful parenting info every week. And drop a comment if you've tried a method you liked, or didn't, and want to share your experience with other moms figuring it out. You're not alone on this journey. You're learning, loving, and doing your best, and that's more than enough.